Hi, this is Robin Flying Crochet. How are you tonight? Doing a second video because I wanted to talk about my finished objects, my whips, and some other stuff that's going on YouTube. You're probably aware of it, but I just want to make you aware of it too. And also, I was talking about a crochet along, and unfortunately, I can pop pictures up on my camera, but I don't know how to get the pictures in here yet. We've been trying to do it, but the system that we're using just bogs down and then it won't transfer over to YouTube. So as we figure these things out, hopefully we'll become better and better and better. But I will list it down in the comments as to what's going on, who I've been watching, who I've been listening to, who I've created stuff from. So if you wish to do it, you can actually do it too. I love listening. My four main people are Bag O' Day, love her. Love doing toddler dresses from her. Love doing dishcloth, dish towels. Then I also have Cinnamon Stitches. She's also in this group because I did her handkerchiefs. I love Yarnjoy because she just inspires me so much to actually try something new. I found some things that I want to link up to, which I'll talk about in a little bit, that I think we should be aware of and we should actually do for people. It's donations because I make stuff and it just sits here. It doesn't need to sit in my house. It needs to go out. Because a lot of times when I'm doing a blanket, I will start it, but I will not know who it's going to until I finish it. And I've given I've given scarves, blankets. Um, at that point, that's pretty much all that I've been majorly doing. And cause I'll take them with me and I'll be crocheting along. I have no idea. And somebody will say something. And at that minute, I know it's time to finish it up. I'll go around and make a quick border to it. And then I'll turn around and hand it to the person and say, here you go. I've done that and many times in the doctor's office. Just, here you go. I'm done. I didn't know who I was making it for, but I've been spoken to, and it's for you. And I'll hand it right off to the person. Um, but it usually is because I'm done. I know that all of it, because I had one that I was doing, I was like, okay, I feel like I'm done. And I didn't know if I was or not. And this lady came along and she said she loved my blanket. Well, right then and there, I was in a spot where I could finish it off, and it was big enough. It was nice enough. First person had ever said about, liking this blanket, because I usually do, a lot of it is done in a doctor's office, but a lot of it's done at home too. And this is just something that had been out of the house for the first time, and it was very much completed. It just needed a border on it. And the idea was to give it to her. So I sat there and finished crocheting it. And it was the first time that I had gone into a doctor's office appointment with my husband about his eyes. And I knew this blanket was for this lady. And unfortunately, when we came out, she was gone. She had left for the day because it was Christmas Eve. I don't blame her. I'd have been gone too. Um, so, but then my son needed something for a surprise table, a gift table for Christmas. And I said, well, I have this blanket. Do you want it? And he says, yeah, Mom, I'll take it. And it went on to somebody else. So I never know who I'm making the blankets for. I just know that I do them and that I'm done with them. And I wait to be told who's supposed to have them or where I feel need. And that's where they actually go. And so that's how I do some of that stuff. So what I've done this week is, and I'm going to show you a couple things that I've got done. Cinnamon Stitches, let's start with here. Oh, Yarnjoy, Cinnamon Stitches, Bag O' Day, and Sara Sach. Those are my four people that I actually go to almost all the time looking for things to finish. And that's everything in here is from everything with Bag O' Day is in here. Yarnjoy. Yarnjoy is the only thing I haven't done yet, but I'm getting close. I'm waiting for her cow to come along. It is absolutely adorable, and I'll talk to you about that later. So this is one of the things that I had finished this week. I made it. I didn't know I was making it. I ended up putting my granddaughter. That's who it's for. It's a handkerchief. It's a handkerchief. And this is what I made. It is out of, surprisingly enough, because I haven't actually used this before because it's so small stuff. The TV may come blaring in. I'm hoping not. I just lost my movie I was watching. This is from Hobium. It's the Hobie yarn. It is a 2 fine. It can be washed. It says not to dry it, but I tried it. And what it is just rainbow from Hovia. It was cotton that I ordered. I didn't know what I was ordering. It goes, and it was just a whole bag of 2 balls of 5 colors is what was in there. And this is one of the colors I had. And what I got out of this was I got 1 handkerchief, and then I also got 1 washcloth. She's been playing in this, and she's pulled several spots of this. And what did you do? For this, it's so fine, because it's 2 fine, I doubled it. I just held it up together, 2 strings together, 2 different balls, and I just crocheted it together. And it works beautifully. Love it. Then she saw the balls that I had, and she says, Poppy. I'm known by Poppy, too, by my grandkids. That's what they call me. And she says, I want you to do this color. So I'm sure when she sees this one, it shall be going to her too. Love this. So easy. It's not a new stitch because it's a shell stitch, but how it's done it's like a half granny crochet is what it is. And you start down your center and you create that, and then you just slowly, gradually go out. I'm going to do a shawl with this. It's going to come. I don't know when, but it's coming. I can just tell. And then, of course, because I had such a big, sorry if my microphone's making noise, and apologize for that, I did another one because I'm just crazy that way. And this one is for me, and I like it a lot. And this is just peaches and cream, I think is what it is. It's a big cone of cotton that you can get at Walmart. I love these colors. My mom always loved the color orange. And I saw this and made me think of her, of course, but I was like, oh, I'm going to make stuff out of this. So I have a big cone. So I made a bigger project, which I'm going to go into next. And then I made the matching washcloth to go with that bigger project. And then I made a kerchief, and I still have yarn left over. So I'll be making some more of some stuff. Then, of course, I made another washcloth. This is just a shell washcloth. It's very simple, very easy. And I made this. Of course, it matches this kerchief. So I guess if I get her working on the floors, I can give her a washcloth to have her match up with. I wouldn't do that. She's only 4. This one, love the color, bagging stuff up. I'm not sure if I'm going to try and have a craft table, so I'm just kind of packing things together so that I know what I'm doing, or I can just wait, give it to somebody, whatever. But I know that it's clean, it's been washed, and it's been put away. So this is the first one I made. Let's see if I can get it into a good spot. It's actually the 3rd one I made, but it's the first one off of this yellow and orange. I just love this. And of course, I made a matching washcloth. And I actually consider this a housewarming gift. So, or going to meet somebody new. I've never been to their house before. I think this is a bright sunshine. So I would consider this a housewarming gift. That's what my intentions were, to make it as a housewarming gift. So that's my first one. Like I said, the last 2 weeks, once I got that big rainbow blanket done, I was done. I'm ready to do some small stuff and have some accomplishments done. That's what I've been doing. Then, of course, oh, just knocked my microphone down again. I'm telling you, I've got too much stuff over here. Trying to make sure I got everything and being able to be heard and stuff like that right now. So, let's see. Here is the second one. I'm sure I showed you the dress already that I had made. So, I found out, again, I'm putting it as a housewarming gift. This is the second dress. Green and blue is my main colors. Of course, my lighting was washing everything out. Can't find a good light spot. And then I also, again, made a matching washcloth for it. So, and the washcloths, are from Sara Sach. The dress towel is from Bag O' Day. So I've been just pushing along and doing stuff and, you know, putting it away. Oh, sorry, my nose is itching. Sometimes you get those fibers up in your nose and just can't help it. Again, it's all washed, put away, put it away in plastic bags and put them in a closet to wait and see what I'm going to do. But my thinking is at this point, I don't know who I'm making stuff for. I'm just making stuff. Because I don't know what the need's going to be. And this may be my son and daughter-in-law just moved into a house. Not a house, an apartment. Her birthday's in November. It'd be something I give to her as a, you know, she needs stuff to go into the house. So maybe something that I give to her. Right now, I don't have her colors though, so I have to think about that. This is more her colors. She's doing black and I think blue, and I just realized that. Could have thought about that at first, couldn't I? Oh well, best play plan. So that's what I've been making. Finished projects. What I'm currently working on is this. The rage right now on the social medias is a pocketed scarf. And that is what I'm actually working on. But I'm working on it for a different thing. There's something, and I'll link it down below. It's from Llama Mama Kayla. And sorry, my one dog is deciding he needs to clean himself right now. Stop it, Jasper. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I can hear it. It bothers me. Llama Mama Kayla, she does a yarn bingo month. And actually, I created the card for this month because there's things going on in her world. As we all know, sometime life takes over. And she just needed some help, we felt. So there was discussion about making a card. So I had a few seconds. I just went out, popped one together real quick. I'm not sure if it's printable. I think people are having problems printing it, but I got it posted. So even if you can't print it out, you can always rewrite it over, which is what I usually do because I don't have a printer. Or you can turn around and my son-in-law helps me. I send him the bingo card. He sends it back to me, and at that point, I can edit the card. So I actually edit on the card right on top of it. But it's hashtag Yarn Bingo or June Yarn Bingo. It is a group that you have to join called Yarn Bingo on Facebook. There are directions on how to do it, but I'll post it down below in the comment section so that you have that information. So that's one of the spots that I'm making is 4th of July, something for 4th of July. So that's why you see red, white, and blue. There's one of the things was create something with cotton, which is one of the things that I did. Make a housewarming gift, which is one of the things that I did. Finish a whip, which is one of the things that I did. I cannot remember what else was on there. Anyway, I did it. So I'm slowly working myself through that. You get bingos, you just work on it. It's not something that dictates what you make. You pretty much make whatever you're going to make, and if it matches up, great. If you get bingos, great. Don't think there's any spectacular thing to win. It's just something that kind of motivates you to keep doing your crocheting. Sometimes you find a project and it's something that's not even close to what you want, but you do it anyway. Because you're just being led in the direction to do it. That happens a lot. So we have that. Then I also want to talk to you. I don't know if anybody has seen it or has joined, but there's also going around. It's hashtag Christmas in July Fairies on YouTube. And the last count that I heard of, I think, was somewhere between 80 and 100 people. It's something I'm actually participating as a general person. I'm not participating as a fairy, but the fairies are actually taking a drawing off of their YouTube channel, and you can put into a drawing, and if they draw your name, and they'll tell you the specifics beyond that. They draw your name. on July 15th. If they draw your name and you meet the requirements that they're asking for, you get a prize sent to you. Who knows what it could be? Could be notions, could be yarn, could be hooks. Who knows? It's up to them. It's their choice. Then your name gets sent off to Dana at Wonderlust, and she takes all the names of everybody's vendors that have been drawn, and all the Christmas fairies that have drawn a name. They send it to her. She's doing a final draw, and that person will receive something from all the fairies, and it's up to the fairies to make sure that they mail it to them. So, you know, you could be sitting there and get 5 gifts in 1 week, or you could get everything all at one time, because it's all going to be sent from the fairies individually, not from Dana, from what I understand. But you can always check the rules. I can be wrong. I'm not perfect. So, I want to talk to you about that. Works in progress. I showed you my one. I still have my temperature blanket, which I have not touched in a while. I think I kind of feel like I'm going to have to start putting down stuff to actually say this is the day I'm working on this project. But I am going to be joining a CAL, which is a crochet along from Yarnjoy. That is the most incredible, cute little deer that I have ever seen. Let me see if I can pull it up for you real quick. I can probably do that while I'm still talking to you. And I've got my yarns all together, my hooks all together. I'm ready. And for the life of me, I read this project and I read it correctly as to what I needed for it. My hair's a mess. I'm sorry. Every time I pull my glasses out of my hair, it makes it a mess. But every time I read this thing and read it and read it and read it, and for the life of me, all of a sudden, I couldn't figure out what yarn I needed, what yarn size I needed. And then I had to actually put a comment in there, and it came back that the yarn thing that I needed, what Terry wrote back to me, which was very nice of her, that I needed an E, 3.55 millimeter. I read that 3.5 millimeter, but for some reason, E was not coming up as an E hook. It was coming up as that was the size of the eyes, and I just could not get past it. I was just having an issue. Thankfully, I wrote on the comment thing, and Terry politely wrote back and says, it's an E. It's a 3.5 millimeter. It's an E hook. And I was like, I read that. I remember reading that, but I thought it was for the eyes. So I had a extra delightful, I'm going to say I'm close enough, senior moment. That's all I can say. But this is actually, I don't know if you can see it well enough, this is the cow along. Isn't that adorable? That is a reindeer. And you can actually go, she's going to actually do a crochet along, which means she's going to go through the process of deciphering directions if you're not a pattern reader, and then she's going to turn around and tell us what we can do for this. And you can make this as a regular reindeer, which his name is Dash the reindeer, or Dash the deer, and you can also make it as Rudolph. Simple changes to make it Rudolph. And she shows the lady, Jess Hoff, who actually created this wonderful project, shows you pictures of it being Rudolph, and I thought it was so cute. I'm looking for it real quick. Now, how cute is that? That is adorable. Who would not want to have that? So I'm thinking Christmas for the grandkids. You know, so I'm thinking about making several of those. I have enough yarn in my stash. Nobody's supposed to know about stash. In my stash to make that. And my stash is nothing famous, nothing spectacular. My stash is stuff that I got from Mary Maxim mystery bags. There's stuff that I have bought also, but most of it comes from Mary Maxim's mystery boxes. They're great. They're $30, and you get at least 15 skeins of yarn, or balls of yarn, or cakes of yarn. There's usually at least 15 in it, and it's different varieties. I've got size 5s. I mostly get 4s, a lot of acrylics. I've gotten some cottons. The green dress is actually a cotton from that Mary Maxim box. So I think I've done enough tonight. I've got to have my son help me post this tomorrow. So hopefully they'll be out soon and you can turn around and we can have a talk. And I can write up the comments. Thanks. Bye. Have a good night.